Something different today. We're going to look back at my polymer clay creations and stuff like that. This has been my little side hobby out of many of the other hobbies I have, and I really love doing this, and it's really therapeutic, and I can do this in an entire day and have like a blast. Sometimes I get very frustrated, and that's why some people are like, you need to calm down, you're getting a little too passionate about this. So I'm going to show you some of the first items I did and some of the more recent. I've been doing this off and on for about 4, almost 5 years, and it's only taken till the past like 2 years till I've really gotten better. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Some things are also very dusty and dirty. Polymer clay is very sticky, especially with specific sealants and stuff like that, like using Mod Podge. It's not the best, but sometimes I used it to seal my projects and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and get into this. So the first few items I ever did were more gothic inclined items. This was from a image I saw on Google, and I got inspired to do this necklace, and it's just of a BJD and stuff like that. It's not perfect. It did have gems glued to it at one point, but it's whatever. I also did an eyeball ring, and this was actually attached to a bow, and I don't know what happened to the bow after all these years. I used to make a lot of polymer clay eyeball hair bows and stuff like that. And then I made this little brain ring. That was one of the first few. And then I made a Lily Munster pretty much pendant that I kind of sort of copied off of the Gothic Alice. Kind of got the idea for DIY stuff from her, so I did that. And the first few items I ever made, actually when I still lived at home, and I had made stuff for my Evangeline Ghastly Wild Imagination toner doll. So I made like little pendants for her to wear, like this little zombie, and I made little skeleton ones like this. I didn't have a whole lot of polymer clay when I lived at home to work with, so it was until I moved out that I had that stuff. These have been broken for a while, but when I lived at home I did make these. The other ones I made when I moved out, but these were Gemstar earrings from Gem and the Holograms. I since have the real ones that actually light up. These did serve their purpose when they were like not broken, and those only broken during the move, so that kind of sucks. So when me and Will first started dating, I got severely into polymer clay and made probably most of this box of stuff, and then this stuff over here. So let's go ahead and get into this. When you go to the skating rink, they have like gummy candy, like everything, and they're like dirt cheap. So for like $0.25, I think we had got these little gummy pizzas, and then we ate the gummies, and I was like, the boxes are way too cute, let's find a use for these. And I made these little pizzas, but that was before I really knew how to work with polymer clay a little bit. They're not perfect by any means. I'm not a fan of how they turned out, but I've kept them. I don't know, maybe a ball jointed doll prop or something like that. Some more things I actually made for Will that I recently found when I was cleaning things out is, for Valentine's Day I had made him a Skull Kid charm, which is his wrestling character, and it's still in really great condition because it's just been in a Valentine's Day bag the entire time. And then a little chimichanga, because we love Deadpool and he loves chimichangas, so it could either be a chimichanga or an egg roll, because also I had made him a little fortune cookie, because our first date was at a Asian restaurant, and there's a little I love you note in it that just bled. The ink is bled everywhere, but it used to stick out of it, but it's still there. Okay, so let me see. I started making all that stuff on Valentine's Day, so all I had was white clay, and I had to paint everything and glaze everything with like clear nail polish, which it looks fine, I guess. I did this donut. I did my first, and this is just disgusting looking, my first ever chibi Fluttershy was just trash. I made a little giant hole on the top to try to make this into a necklace. I was furious about how these came out because I wanted them to look better. And this is I've decoed in these in the recent years, but I had made a macaron of a heart and I've decorated into the top because they just look too plain. And then this is supposed to be a macaron as well. This is long before I knew how to like make textures and stuff. This is covered in fuzz from when I made a like little thing, but I made a poison apple, and this is just trash. I'm gonna remake this. Will was actually suggesting I remake it the other day. Let me see. This is something I made in the early years. It's just a glittery, I call that unicorn blood, unicorn horn, and I will eventually glue that to something. I just kind of made it and I didn't end up doing anything with it. I will also show you incomplete projects I've done as well. There's a lot of them. Well, not a lot of them. Let me see. Okay, there's more down here. When I made the Valentine's Day stuff, I had originally made this little donut. Finally found a ring base, so that is a ring I currently wear when I'm in the mood. I need to find another ring base because I have this little kitty donut I made from someone's tutorial on YouTube. I don't remember. It's been forever. And I made a ton of these little cookie, like, hearts as well. And there are a few that are decorated onto stuff. I just don't know where they went. Or I gave them away. This is more recent, and incomplete is a Peeps bunny. And, let me see. This is what we call a Durpleberry. It's very dirty. But I have this Durpleberry and this Durpleberry because we stream, and one of our stream followers was called Durpleberry Pie, and we're like, what is a Durpleberry? And they showed, and I'm like, we love it. Can I please like use it in a creation? They were like, yeah, go ahead. And I love it. Oh god, some things are stuck to each other, which kind of sucks. So I have these two little cookies that are supposed to represent like little, like M&M cookies or whatever. These were made for like little Easter pictures for ball jointed dolls, and they were much better when they first started. So yeah, okay. This is my first attempt at a kawaii marshmallow, and it's cute. Like, I love the face and stuff, but it's not cylinder. And I ended up doing it later on, and the paint is chipped off this one. I will probably repaint this one. This is another one I ended up doing that's more cylindrical and stuff. And then I think it was actually apparently this time 4 years ago that I actually made these, because my time hop was showing you these this morning on Facebook. It is a Fluttershy cupcake and a Twilight Sparkle cupcake. Maybe this will go on a ring. Who knows? Some things are just incomplete because like I didn't have the supplies to make them into a headband or hair clips or something. I do have hair clips for these. I made these cute little horns, and I wasn't sure if these were going to be for my head or a ball jointed doll head, but they're kind of cool. I made those when I made the other. And then I also have a Pop-Tart. They're super cute, and this was again just white clay. I just colored to make it look like that. And this necklace right here, it got stuck to something, I think a squishy at one point, and I'll probably revise this, but that was also before I knew how to do proper textures. I have not worn that in a long time, so it's clear that it has not been worn in a while. Okay, this one and another one used to be a charm, but I don't know where the other charm went. That was on my phone for the longest time, but it's a little lollipop and it says love on it, and it, I mean, clearly, you know, it's an opaque lollipop. There's some stuff in here that doesn't belong. Here's the blue Pop-Tart. It's really cute. We're not even getting into my good stuff. And then there's a cookie bear. I was trying to make Rilakkuma, but obviously I didn't know Rilakkuma back in the day. This is supposed to be my My Little Pony Cutie Mark, but it's since been ruined. I need to revise that. This is a macaron. This is another chibi Fluttershy. I tried to make just the head, and I'm still very disappointed. Like, I was so, like, upset at it. And these are two. I was trying to make Cinderella-inspired little kawaii pumpkins, and I will maybe eventually redo that. And then there's just, like, a cookie and a star in there. No one wants to see those. Those are bad. There's even a little mini pieces of a chocolate bar. These are just, you know, not the best, but you know, you gotta learn somewhere, right? You gotta learn somewhere. And I totally did. You gotta learn from your mistakes. Okay, so I'll put these over there so I'll remember to put that back in my jewelry stuff. So my eyesight got really bad in 2015, in like March/April of 2015. I think it was from a friend's house, because there was a stench or something, and it caused me to like start to go kind of blindish, and I swear that's what that was. Because I couldn't paint, and I was having a hard time, and I was trying to learn how to do Five Nights at Freddy's. I designed these all myself, and you see they are not complete, and they look a little rough, and maybe one day I'll go back to them and do them again, but like, I have still not completed these for the reason that either this project was causing me to have severe eye strain, or I seriously think it was that person's house, because it was bad. Like, I was almost blind, and not as blind as I was when Coda scratched my eye, but like pretty bad. So that was a time. So about a couple months later, I started to be able to see again, and I started finally dabbling in chibis again, because I was scared to death to do chibis after my first attempt. So I started, I think it was when I started making these. Yeah, hold on. It's the ponies I made. Okay, so I started dabbling into making My Little Pony bracelets for brony meetups I was doing for a while there. I don't like to talk about that. So I started making My Little Pony bracelets. This is a Discord put into a pin because the bracelet broke off. I actually had like a money back guarantee, or a where I would make them again if they got broken or something, but this is the Discord one. I made hundreds of these. I only have like a few left. And then Willa got the idea of calling these friendships, where we would put like Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle together and have the bracelet colors half and half, which is amazing. We have a Trixie one for our car, and those were really fun and really awesome, and it was a great little way for me to make some money because I work from home. And then I started deciding I was going to try to dabble in making plush little chibis. So I made this little Rainbow Dash, and I was so proud, and I'm still proud. It's just very, very dirty. I love to have this out and about. This was the only Rainbow Dash I think I ever made. And then I made one that was half Lyra, half Bonbon, aka Sweetie Drops, for an episode, and I loved it. This is supposed to be Flufflepuff, but it just doesn't look right, and I never tried to even sell that one. I made a Fluttershy for myself, and the only last minute did I realize I never added wings. I probably never will. That's just been in a box of storage. And then the next ones were my OC and Will's OC. Those are really, really cute. These are really special, but they're not perfect. And then around the same time, I got into just randomly making stuff, and this got burnt, which I liked the look of on the ears, kind of faded into stuff. It's just a weird little random bunny I made. And I also made a little phone jack Fluttershy, but it also got burnt, but I painted over it. This also got burnt when that got burnt, but I painted over it. It's just an alpaca, and I glued it onto a mirror. That was really cute. And then Inside Out came out, and I lost my mind. I gave some of the ones I made for it away, like Joy, but I made a little Disgust and a little Anger, and he's supposed to kind of sort of look like the Funko Pop. Make sure I'm still going, because I never know. Nope, I'm still going. Cool. I might have to do two parts to this because it's so long. But who knows. These are very, very dirty. This is me and Will, and for some reason I look bigger than him because my hair is so, like, huge, because my hair was super long at the time. They're not perfect at all. Like, I was just dabbling, and then we're getting into my Living Dead dolls, because I collect those as well. So, and if you go way, way back in my channel, you'll see my very, very dark room reviews of my Living Dead dolls. So, my favorite one was Inferno, so I had to make her. And then we got Sin, and we got Sadie, and this is Genocide. These are really cool, and I kind of just keep everything, put it over here. Let's go ahead and get into, let me put these away, get into the stuff that's incomplete over here. I have 3 discs. They were supposed to be Sailor Moon compacts, they weren't round enough, and I barely got into painting when I realized they were not done. I tried to start working on this last year and realized I didn't blend it good enough, and I just didn't do it. This is supposed to be a little WWE Christmas gingerbread cookie of Dean Ambrose, and that's not finished, but it will be. And then this is supposed to be Creep since 1991, my year I was born, and it's supposed to look kind of like a Creepsville bracelet. I'm supposed to make several of these. I have not got around to doing that. And then these I'm currently working on are Sailor Moon star rods, star wands, you know, so still working on those. I've made several of those, so that's just something I'm working on now. And let's just go ahead and get into the stuff I've been making. Also, I made this Pop-Tart with multicolors a couple years back. I think I made this in 2016. Coda's very upset at me right now. Can't help it, bud. Actually, I won't have to do poop parts. You just gotta... Okay, this is going back to 2016. I didn't do a whole lot then because I was about to start working. So I made these Pusheen My Little Pony ones. These are filthy with dust. I need a way to clean them or something. There's a little Fluttershy Pusheen. This is somebody else's design I just saw, and I was inspired, and I wanted to start trying to dabble again. And I got the hair pretty good. This is the little Rarity Pusheen, Pinkie Pie Pusheen, Twilight Sparkle Pusheen, Appetite Pusheen. And then that same year, I also made a couple Gudatamas, just a Gudatama charm, and then a phone charm of Gudatama with the bacon blanket. Thought that was really cute. And then about 2017, I made little Animal Crossing charms, which I'll eventually like put on a necklace or something. I've got a fossil, which I'll also eventually get a tattoo of, because I've got the leaf, and I have a bag of bells. And then 2017, I also made these Sailor Moon wands. I made a Mars as well, but that was given away. But I have the Jupiter star one, and they're not perfectly straight, and I'm fine with that. It just took forever, and it looks a little cruddy because I had to absolutely adhesive this on before I painted over everything. And this, I'm so proud of this, even if it's not perfect. Like, you don't realize how much effort it went into sculpting all of this. I sculpted all of this, and I'm super proud of it. I'm still very proud of it. Okay, so now we're pretty much going to get into this stuff, but let's go ahead and get into this. I made these last year for Halloween. This is supposed to be my Princess Peach stuff. I need to seal them still, but I just made them in a hurry. I had this backing, so I made the peach brooch and I made the peach earrings. They're kind of heavy, but you know, they work. And I made these for Valentine's Day. These are paint buckets because they were left over when I made these, you know, very off-color rainbows. I'm like, this is just me rainbows in a hurry. And then I made these cupcakes with a little decorative frosting. And these are incomplete. These are eventually going to have something on them, but they're cute. And the beginning of the year, I made this Ayla Secura Star Wars lightsaber. It took forever to carve. This was all in black polymer clay, and I painted it, antiqued it, made all the little buttons. Eventually I will make another one with a magnet and a saber in translucent clay. That'll be cool. And a couple weeks ago, started making little Latzos. I made a Tsum Tsum Latzo. He's not perfect, but I was sort of tired by then. This one got burned, but I painted him and he looks fine now. He just has a little way too much sealant on him, which is fine. It just seals in all the goodness. He's got a little tag. And he's a little lopsided because our Lotso is also lopsided. But I love him. He's really cute. He's staying on my desk. Also made a little Funko Pop Lotso with a stand base. I'm super proud of these. I'm like, I don't care if it's not perfect or whatever. One of the feet's bigger than the other, but you know what? It makes it stay in the stand a little bit better. Oops. Knocked all the Lotsos down. And then these actually got burnt, so then I had to end up taking intricate detail time and painting them, which is fine. But these are little Lotso earrings. Little Tsum Tsum Lotso earrings I make for myself. And I love them. And I've worn them with strawberry earrings. And then this I made this past weekend. I need to seal them. And also I'm waiting for my pink plastic chain to come back from Wish, because I had some Wish cash for an item that got lost in the mail from Christmas even. So I got this pastel rainbow flowers. Gonna probably wear this on Easter. But I've got to seal those. And this I just did. This took me kind of 2 days off and on. And I'm so proud of it. So this is the Bo Peep sheep lamp. There's a wire inside, like an actual lamp. Now that's tape that you're seeing. It doesn't have to be perfect. But the light bulb's in there to hold the lampshade in. And this is really cool. So this is detachable, and the sheep go on there. So the sheep are all hold on. Sheep are all individually sculpted carefully, hand painted. And then we've got Bo here. By the way, this is only 2 inches tall. Everything in this is 2-inch scale. So if you see weird like marks right here, this is glue to keep the fabric from fraying, because it's satin with hand painted polka dots. She is completely hand painted and sculpted. The skirt is actually removable, but I'm not going to remove it right now. And I had to hand paint a little piece of fabric and glue it to the back. And I kind of sort of, did the bow for the Toy Story 4 bow, so you can take the skirt off and it can be kind of sort of a loose Toy Story 4 bow. I also made a little removable, like you have to use a piece of glue tack or something to hold it on properly. But I did make her little bonnet and her crook. And with a little piece of glue tack, it also holds on there. And it's a little lopsided, but I also made her a little stand so she can stand up with her little feet. And you see her little feet are individually painted. This was my most accomplished piece of work I've done in a while. I'm so proud of this because it's so tiny. This is all 2-inch scale. And it's perfect. It's so tiny. I would love to show you all this put together, but it's a pain in the butt to put it all together and set it up. So just showing you a rough draft of that. But she is finished, and it took many man hours to do teeny tiny little works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little polymer clay through the years tour with me. I've been doing this since like early like 2015, yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Till next time, bye.